Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the collective for all signs for December 2nd, 2020. This is a reading for all signs, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm just going to remind you, if you want a private reading or you would like to get your hands on the decks that I'm using, all that information can be found in the description box down below. Also, I'm just going to ask that you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and see what messages come out for the collective December 2nd, 2020. Can't believe we're here already, you guys. December 2nd, 2020. Messages for the collective. King of Cups in reverse. We've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Seven of Cups in the upright. Okay. All right. So the first energy out, we have the King of Cups. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. But this is someone who is feeling a little bit of emotional upheaval. I am feeling here that many of you guys are experiencing and feeling this upheaval from this Gemini lunar eclipse, full moon energy that we're just coming out of, or we're not, we're in that sort of shadow period. It took place November 30th. So just, 2 days ago. But this King of Cups energy, this really does speak to a creative flow that's being blocked. The King of Cups is a visionary, is very creative. I already said that. I'm feeling like really fuzzy. I'm feeling like there's some sort of, that we're feeling a little bit trapped. Some of you feel like there's a fog that needs to be lifted. The Nine of Wands energy tells me that, you're feeling exhausted. You feel like giving up. The Page of Swords speaks to this fog, messages, misinterpreting what people are saying or thinking we know what somebody else is feeling. And then with the Seven of Cups, we get more illusion. We get, a need for grounding. Again, seeing this fog throughout this reading. Many of you may have a creative block, whether that's to writing or creating art, or it's this feminine energy of stepping into the flow, okay, that yin energy, receiving. And I feel like because many of you out there, this is a card, the cups, the King and the Queen of Cups can both be overgivers, okay? And so there may need to be some balance brought back into your daily practice, into what you do. Now remember that full moons are a time for release, and eclipse energy is oftentimes, it can, in a blink of an eye, change your circumstances. And I feel like what I'm being shown is somebody who's waking up from a powerful dream and rubbing their eyes. That's what I'm seeing as your energetic state right now. We get the Knight of Swords in reverse. We get the Chariot. We get the Five of Wands. And we get the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, beautiful. All right, so the overall energy here is the Queen of Wands. And when I was talking about the King of Cups, I was seeing the Queen of Wands in my mind's eye. There's a need to channel your energy correctly. There's a need to pull back your energy. Some of you need to do some soul retrieval work, okay? Because you've left parts of you, whether it's previous lifetimes or in previous relationships, or for many of you, this is going to be like this is an argument that you've had either with your partner, with a family member, okay? Or there's two warring factions within, because what I'm seeing here is you guys coming to the end of a very powerful cycle in your life. And things are changing so rapidly for you. Now, when we get this eclipse energy, and especially with this Gemini energy, it's about the mental body, and we have all of these swords coming out. We see illusions. What we think is what we create. But right now, you need to just be. You need to balance. And with this eclipse energy and full moon energy, it's opening up these portals. And there's this collective ascension that's going on. And I'm getting that many of you guys, because I keep seeing somebody kind of waking up from a powerful dream, feeling tired, feeling foggy, rubbing their eyes, looking around, still the corners of the room still being fuzzy. Something's out of place. Something is different. This is also your body calling for, the rest and giving yourself the time and the space to integrate this ascension, this change, this transformation, this transition. And many of you are going to feel tired because your body, your energetic body, is trying to keep up with these new light codes, with this new information, with this new energy that's come here to the earth plane. And the Queen of Wands, she's somebody who's able to channel that energy. And how does she do that? She's almost always barefoot, but in this deck, she's not. She's channeling her one foot on the ground in touch with Mother Earth Gaia. So I see that very strongly here as well. The need for grounding, whether that's actual earthing and being barefoot, whether it's going for a swim, whether that's using your grounding stones, such as hematite, smoky quartz, using essential oils such as vetiver. There are lots of different ways. There are grounding meditations out there, but at the same time, she's channeling. And she's channeling, what the universe is sort of beaming down to us with this eclipse energy. And in her other hand, there's this beautiful sunflower, but she's doing it with joy. She's doing it with harmony. Where we see this energy on the table, we see it much more sort of in the mental body, illusion. What's going on? Let me process this. How can I wrap my mind around what's going on here? And the Queen of Wands, she's doing it effortlessly because she's trusting her higher self, okay, to be able to channel this and also to heal. And I do feel like some of you here do need to go through a healing, if this was an argument or if this is some sort of illness, or there's just like, I'm getting great fatigue coming through here in this reading. Now, the King of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is telling me some of you guys have been dealing with, and this is another card of confusion, the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords in reverse, Five of Wands. This is very well stemming from an argument or a fight, or something that you need to let go of or leave behind that was creating unease, dis-ease in your energetic body and blocking this creative flow, keeping you up at night. The King of Cups in reverse is somebody who definitely sheds tears, and can sort of move into that shadow self and become very destructive with their coping mechanisms. Now, this energy doesn't necessarily have to be somebody else, but for many of you out there, it is. Again, it's an argument, a fight you've had with a partner or an ex, even somebody who's holding on to you, or somebody who's emotionally manipulative, somebody who is, somebody who comes at you verbally, okay? But what I'm seeing here is this energy, this sort of your creative flow or your ability to receive the good things is being blocked by this energetic connection or by this argument. And so again, I'm getting this need to balance and to pull back your energy from whatever situation this might be. Now, for others of you where you can't sort of pinpoint, or this isn't really, it's not resonating with you with an argument or somebody, or, an energy in your life that's really sort of draining and confusing you, it's going to be just these ascension symptoms and sort of having one foot on the earth plane and one foot out in ether, on the grid. And it's like, and it's just allowing yourself, leaning into the fact that this is that in-between period where your body has to catch up with the energetic changes, that are happening at this time. So with the Nine of Wands, this is the Wounded Warrior card. This is also talking to many of you who have been on this ascension, this awakening journey for quite some time. And this is a pretty heavy hitting energy. But the Chariot card, this Cancerian energy, clarifying it, says this is all about ascension, all about moving forward. We have the Queen of Wands and the Chariot. This is fire and water energy. Look, and underneath we have the Three of Pentacles, everything coming together. Again, some of you guys need to heal. Okay, and again, for some of you, because this is something that's been long term, that you've been putting a lot of energy into, but I feel like it's also been quite draining. Spirit says yes, but lean into this, rest, take care of yourself, heal. Okay, this is part of the process. I'm hearing like birthing as well. So it's like those labor pains that you experience in order to bring about this new life, and you're somewhere in between. The Chariot card is about potency, about power. It's about using your intuition, but it is all about moving forward and beyond. And the Nine of Wands in reverse, they're showing me the Eight of Wands. Things are moving very quickly. So allow yourself to integrate what you have received. Allow your body, your energetic body, to catch up with what's going on energetically in the universe. We get the Page of Swords and we get the Five of Wands. So again, this is more confusion. This is not clear communication. Again, you might not be able to see exactly it's like, again, they're showing me this person getting out of bed and just the corners of the room are fuzzy, not really understand, where am I, kind of like when you wake up in a strange place. What have I done? Where have I been? For some of you, who are you next to me? But it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But I also, more than anything I get here though, is that this is connected to whatever this creative block is, this King of Cups. It could be a paternal energy, or it could be, it could be somebody that you deal with in a love capacity, some, friends, family, or even, a spouse, a partner, or a lover. But I do get that because yesterday we were really talking about the message, if I remember correctly, was really about releasing a difficult cycle and something that just this attachment that needed to go. And I feel like you are going to have to work really hard, because the Page of Swords is a card of gossip and it's about spying. It's about somebody watching you. It's about somebody also who doesn't really want to let go of you. And I'm getting this sort of subversive communication, whether they're communicating through others, or whether this is, sort of like in the beginning of this reading, I started to feel like, there's some sort of psychic attacks going on here. So the need for you to heal, the need for you to balance, the need for you to do your work to get through this, because the Five of Wands is telling me that there is discord, there is disharmony associated with this situation, okay? And for those of you, again, where we're just talking about ascension, I feel like these are the physical symptoms, and again, trying to integrate, these light codes that you've received. But it's beautiful because we see this illusion and this cloudiness, but as the clouds start to part, we're going to start to see the blessings in all of this. So again, the difficulties that you face with ascension, understanding that, we need to learn to take care of ourselves, that we need to learn to pull back, we need to learn to heal, we need to learn to balance, trust our inner wisdom, and trust the journey, trust the path that we're on. But for others of you, it's this difficult journey that you're now able to see is bringing you so many different and beautiful things into your life. And this is being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So things are turning in your favor. This is also part of your destiny. Okay, so it's absolutely beautiful energy. And I was picking up on Scorpio energy. Weirdly, with that Page of Swords card and the Five of Wands, they were saying Scorpio. So some of you guys either have Scorpio in your chart or you're dealing with a Scorpio. And I'm seeing Scorpio here as well. On the Wheel of Fortune card, we also have Leo, we have Taurus, and we have Aquarius. So fixed signs. So again, and fixed signs have a tendency to be stubborn. So I do feel like whatever this is, this situation, or if it's somebody clinging on to you, or it's an argument, it's stuck. It's a stubborn argument. It's a stubborn person. It's a stubborn situation. And that's why we're going to see that it's going to take some grit to move away from it. Okay. But in doing so, I feel like it rapidly shifts your world and your perspective. All right, so we get Truth Be Told, number 14. This is beautiful energy because not only are these healing colors, this peach, this light blue, this green, these are very sort of passive healing colors. And we see that with the Temperance card, this imbalance needing to be healed. But we also see this person opening up their sort of heart space, allowing themselves to be free from whatever this situation is. And again, when you take a risk, whether that's, taking a journey, whether that's a spiritual journey, or whether that's a physical journey, and you don't know exactly what lies ahead, this is what you're doing. You're stepping out into the universe. But I'm getting that this is necessary. And I do feel like, truth be told, many of you guys are using this Gemini full moon energy to communicate what it is you truly want and what it is you truly need. And that might be triggering somebody else at the same time. Go the distance. Beautiful. So Spirit saying you're on the right path. This absolutely needs to take place. And you're, because we have the Seven of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, breaking through illusion, grounding, but then also being showered with blessings. And I feel like this message has come out a lot. And then we get the Yin energy. Beautiful, because the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, remember I said that there's a need for you to step into that feminine energy of flow and receiving, because this situation was blocking that flow. So whatever that means for creating the life of your dreams, for creating art, for creating music, for creating, healing within a situation. This is a cup that currently I feel this, I don't read oracle cards in reverse usually, but this cup is, wanted to come out in the reverse. So really showing us that somebody here is feeling drained, feeling exhausted. There's a need for pulling back and for healing. And at the bottom of the deck, we get soulmates. We get number 41. So we also get a blessed union here. So for some of you, this will be about either moving towards a soulmate or healing a certain situation with a soulmate. Remember, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. So it can be the family pet to a romantic partner, to a child, to a friend, you name it. Truth be told, what I'm seeing here, we see all of these hearts, flying around. So it's really about acting with integrity, but aligning the mental body and the heart to take inspired action. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else comes through. Okay, we get communication, number 33. This is the master teacher number, and this for me is this very Virgo energy. And underneath the soulmates, we have 44. Okay, and we have, the thinker. And as I pulled that card, I thought Virgo, Gemini energy, this very mercurial energy that's dominating this reading. So communication. This is about clearly communicating what it is you want, what it is you need. Some of you are communicating that this is over, that I'm moving away from this. And it's sort of like that the next day, that sort of hangover from this argument or from this change, or maybe you moved away from a situation, moved out of a home, moved away from a job, whatever it might be. For some of you, you've just been, and it's not just, you've been doing spiritual work and you're feeling these ascension symptoms. And so the communication here between you and your higher self might seem a little bit confusing at this time. And again, this need for grounding, to pull back, to come back down to earth, and then be able to communicate what it is you've learned. And we do that in lots of different ways, whether that's writing, whether that's singing, whether that's talking to people, or whether that's just in our actions. Remember, we don't just use language to communicate. And then we have 37, we see a timeout, and I'm seeing this all over this reading. Some of you guys are, oh, look, at the bottom of the deck, we get a happy ending. So don't you worry about a thing. There is a happy ending here for you guys. But what I was picking up, because when I picked up the thinker card at the bottom, I see loyal heart. And I did get a direct message for those of you where this might be a soulmate relationship for you or a love situation, that many of you may be doubting whether or not your person is loyal or whether or not you want to make a commitment to your person. For others of you, you might be finding out that, you know what, this situation is no longer aligned with me, and that's what you're moving away from, and Spirit saying, yes, go with that. For others of you, you were thinking, you were projecting that this person was doing something that they weren't doing. Okay. And again, this communication is going to be clear. So there's a few different storylines, but regardless, Spirit wants you to know it's working out exactly the way it's supposed to. Final messages for the collective, please, December 2nd. And for some of you, it is just a timeout, a rest period. We get start delegating. We get green Tara. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do it by yourself. Okay? Yeah, so you're not in this alone, you guys. We get Sedna, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So for some of you guys, again, you might be a little bit worried about, or this has been what's holding you back, worried about either leaving this situation or this person, maybe even changing jobs. It's going to be different for all of you, but that you're going to be okay. Everything's always going to be okay. There's a happy ending in store. You're not alone, okay? And then we get Freya coming out again. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. Yeah, they do keep showing me the Fool energy, okay? I keep seeing the Fool coming up, that you are starting something brand new. Be courageous. Jump into this. Allow this to take place, okay? There's something very beautiful waiting for you. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day. Take care.